Hi, I completed this project, which you either are facing a problem with or you haven't started it and want some advice, or you could just be somebody interested in me. But regardless, I'm going to give you my advice on how to build this computer, or like just advice in general, and also all of the problems that I came across when building this computer. As you can already see, my layout of this computer is very different from Ben Eater's. There's good reason for it, and I'm getting right into it. Alright, as for advice, please pay attention when you're wiring, when you're doing the breadboard connections from one end to the other, and try to keep it neat. Either follow Ben Eater's wiring exactly, or try something like this and this. Because if you have messy wiring like I do, and you misconnect one single wire, you can come across an unsolvable problem with very erratic behaviors shown. Nobody on the internet can help you, and be crying about it for 1 month straight. Yeah, I speak from experience. Okay, all jokes aside, this is one of the problems I came across. My address 11, I think, which is right now this one, somewhere around there, that bus over there, it didn't get connected well from my RAM to my 65 to the CPU. That one wire misconnected caused me so much grief. What happened was my screen managed to print hello world at high clock speeds or low clock speeds, but the interrupt handler didn't work at high clock speeds. But it did work when I ran it with this 555 timer clock, but not with the 1 megahertz oscillator. Yeah. So yeah, one wire misconnected can cause you a lot of pain. So yes, keep your wiring neat. And also, use the Arduino Mega. This tool, wait a second. This tool right here, this is a godly tool. It helps you really dive deep into what's happening, and you'll be able to understand much better. However, if you have messy wiring, it's gonna be hard. Look at this amount of wires, this jumble of wires, and trying to plug that in. That's why I created this bus. Wait, let me see if I can show you. You see these like lines over here? These are the buses I created, taking inspiration from someone on Reddit's build. And yes, after doing this, it was much easier. Oh my, what is happening to my computer? Okay, it works. I think. I hope. Please. I finally completed it, please. I think it's just that I touched the wires and something. But anyway, coming back. Use the Arduino Mega. Third, update the assembly code when watching Ben's videos. If you're a beginner like me and have no background in assembly whatsoever, you're going to need to try to understand it yourself. And Ben is a wonderful explainer of hardware, but not so good with software, which is like code. Again, quoted from someone else. Although I half disagree, half agree, I think it's true. He doesn't really go in depth and very clearly explain what's happening in the code. Sometimes I just get very lost and don't understand anything that's happening. But because I face so many problems, in the end, I still am forced to understand every single little line of code that's happening in there. So yeah, in a way, in Chinese, we have this idiom called "sai wang si ma," which is like when bad things happen, good things will happen too. And indeed, yeah, facing a problem for 1 month and having zero progress, it is very frustrating, discouraging, but I think I gained a lot out of it. I truly understand, like, majority of what is happening over here. I even had to rewire everything. Yeah, it was a pain, but I think I got lots of fruitful results from it. My brain seems to be expanding at the very least. Oh, okay, sorry, I got a little bit off track. And 4, ask people for help. Connect with others. Ask people for help if you can't solve it yourself. This is very important. I definitely could not have done this project without everybody that was helping me on r/BenEater subreddit. And special thanks to the 8-bit enthusiast, moderator there. He really, really helped in both the projects I did. This one and the 8-bit computer. Yeah, it was... You really need to ask other people. Okay. As for problems I encountered, first of all was Vasm. Vasm, I did not know how to use it at all. I was a complete beginner. How to write to the EEPROM using the EEPROM programmer and downloading and using Vasm. I already made a video about it actually. So yeah, check that out. It's on my channel. And number 2, when I built the 8-bit computer, I used this EEPROM, AT28C16. So yeah, I used the AT28C16, and it has 4 pins less than the AT28C256, I think, which is the one that BenEater uses in his videos. And that makes me lose about 30k bits of... No, 30k bits of storage, yeah. Or is it bytes? I'm not sure. But a lot of storage or room for coding is chopped off. But it didn't pose any harm because I managed to complete the project even when using it. And if you're like me and following along with BenEater's projects, chances are you have this EEPROM and you don't have the other one, and maybe you want to save money. So yeah, you can go ahead. It poses another challenge for you, which BenEater doesn't cover. So then you'll get to learn more as well. And then third is third is simple mistyped code. Like a single missing RTS instruction from my assembly could cause my interrupt handler, like, build at that time to just stop working. Yeah, so pay attention to your code. And then I had a ton of misconnected stuff, and that caused me lots of grief. But yeah, just pay attention to your wiring and that should be fine. And lastly, if you're like me and you're using a 65C22N, this chip right here, let me try to get it close up and personal. Oh, sorry, not this one, this one. Oh, mine is this 65C226. No, S6 TPG. Actually, wait, I'm not sure. There are slight differences between different models of this chip. Some of them are older, some are newer, and I think mine is probably an older version. I'm not sure, but what happens is when you tie this IRQ pin to the interrupt request line on the 6502, it appears disconnected. So if I did not have this pull-up resistor here, let me take that out, and I turned it on, you can see that it actually stops working. It just counts like this. It will appear disconnected. And that's why this pull-up resistor is very important. Hold on. My left hand is not my dominant hand. It's hard. And that's why once I added in a pull-up resistor here, then it just started working. So yeah, you can pay attention to that as well. And yeah, that's it for all of the problems I encountered. I'm sure there are some that I left out. Maybe they were just not important enough to cover here, like very careless mistakes. But yeah, another piece of advice I can give you is to not work on this when you're sleepy, because you're gonna come back the next day and realize you misconnected 10 different wires, and yeah, not fun. Alright, that's it for this video. See ya! And also another piece of advice I pulled out of my hair. If this is quoted from someone I know as well, if you plug everything in and it works perfectly fine on the first try, that means there's something wrong. Yeah. Okay, so basically, you need to be used to it. You need to get used to facing failure. You're going to face a lot of failure following Van Eater's projects, and that's perfectly normal.